I have been getting quite a few messages asking, how do I write poetry? Where do I start? How do I write well? So today I just wanted to offer you 5 poetry prompts for personal growth and healing. And the reason why I want to do this is because I really think that if you want to start writing poetry and you don't know how, or you don't know what to do or what to write about, poetry prompts are going to be the best option for you to start with. Hello, I am Danielle Langin. I am a writer, a poet, and a creative guide, and I have been journaling and writing poetry since I was in elementary school. So today I'm going to give you 5 poetry prompts using my journal deck called the Flowers Within journal deck. On one of the info cards for the deck, I give you ways to journal. And one of those ways is poetry. So I thought it would be really cool to use the Flowers Within as an example to give you prompts, just to show you how easy it is to come up with prompts of your own to write poetry. Especially if you are an aspiring writer, an aspiring poet, and you're just starting out, or if poetry is something that you really just want to dabble in to kind of use as a way to express yourself creatively or to heal or to discover yourself, then using prompts is really your best way forward. And the really cool thing about using a prompt is that you don't have to make your poem perfect or sound right or sound pretty, as I've heard people say. You can really just see where it takes you. And that's also where the personal growth and the healing part come in too, because you're really just allowing it to be a full expression of what you need to come out and what needs to be released within you in this moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle the cards, and I'll just start pulling cards, and then we'll make some poetry prompts out of them. Ooh, okay, so the first card is Seasons. And I won't read the whole card to you, but the journal prompt on the card says, reflect and write about where you are in this moment and all of the ways you can honor the season of growth you're in right now. So I think for the first prompt for poetry, what would be really cool is if you started with the line, in this season I am in, comma, and just see where it takes you. Let's shuffle again for card number 2 and prompt number 2. Ooh, okay. This card says commitment at the top. And the card is really about committing yourself to gratitude and to opening your heart. And the journal prompt says, reflect on these questions and write the ways you can make a conscious commitment to showing up in gratitude daily. So for a poetry prompt, what could be really cool is if you wrote an acrostic poem using the words daily gratitude. So the definition of an acrostic poem, according to Google, is where the first letter of each line spells out a word. So I will pop up here what that would look like, and then you would use the first letter to start your poem, and moving on to the next line, each line would have the letter of the word. And poetry techniques like this are really cool because it really gets that creative juice flowing and the inspiration sparked. So not only are you at this point using poetry as a way to heal and grow and discover things about yourself, but you're also using that muscle of practicing the art of poetry and learning how to write and write well. Let's choose our third card. Okay, so the next card is Wisdom. And this card says at the end, what does your inner wisdom want you to know? So without even thinking, this seems pretty simple to me as a poetry prompt. You can just start with, my inner wisdom wants me to know, and see where it takes you. All right, 2 more. Okay, this card is the Intuition card. And this card really talks about listening to your intuition and your internal compass, and basically reflecting on what your current relationship is with your intuition. And then how can you take time to listen to it more and listen to the nudges that you have. So let me use this one to give you an example of a way that you can take a concept but not use the actual word. So instead of using the word intuition in our poetry prompt, let's write a poem about when you followed your intuition and where did it lead you. So you can choose to use the word intuition if you want to, or you can be more vague and not use the intuition word, but just talk about and write about the experience, the feeling, the story of what it was like to follow your intuition. Okay, last one. Ooh, this is a good one. So the last card is Inner Peace. And this card is really here to remind you that you have a well of inner peace within you. And it also asks you to reflect on what inner peace actually means to you. So I think that this could be a really healing poem and poetry prompt for you to use inner peace as the main focus. For this last one, let's take poetry writing a step further. And I want you to write down inner peace on your page and then think of all of the things that come to mind with inner peace. So maybe you have a list that says meditation, happiness, being outside, sitting by a river, being with friends. What does inner peace mean to you? And then when you look at this list and you see this concept there and all of these notes that you've taken on inner peace, then I want you to pull from that list and write a poem from it. So maybe on your list you wrote that inner peace is sitting by a lake or sitting by calm waters. So then you can write a poem about sitting by a lake or sitting by calm waters. Poetry can be incredibly easy to conceptualize and write if we sit down and take the time to practice it and look at it as a form of art. And it can also be an incredibly therapeutic and cathartic way of expressing what we're feeling and healing and moving forward on our journey of personal growth. So I hope that you loved these prompts. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. I also have an entire playlist of journaling and creative writing videos, so go ahead and take a look at that. I have tons of videos with journaling prompts, and I also have journaling meditations so that you can sit and write with me with some calming music and me guiding you through journal prompts. I am so passionate about poetry and writing and journaling and creativity and expressive arts, and really using all of that as a tool to heal and discover who we are and step into our purpose as creatives. So go ahead and leave a comment if this video was helpful, and I will see you later.